God Ki, also known as divine energy, is one of the most misunderstood concepts in all of Dragon Ball Super. People constantly argue whether it's useless, overrated, or just regular ki with a glow. But that's only because the series barely explains it directly. So today, I want to break down what God Ki actually is, how it works, why it's stronger than Super Saiyan 3, and why it is absolutely not useless, even if mortals can match it later on. The first real explanation we ever get for divine energy comes early in Dragon Ball Super during Goku and Vegeta's training with Whis, specifically during the Resurrection F era. While sparring, Whis notices something immediately wrong. Goku and Vegeta's ki is leaking everywhere. Their power is spilling out of their bodies, which is why mortals can sense it so easily. Whis tells them something extremely important. If they want to reach godly power, they must perfectly contain their energy inside themselves. No waste, no leakage, absolute control. After following Whis' instructions, Goku and Vegeta spar again. And this is the first true glimpse of divine energy. Their power is no longer exploding outward. It's quiet, calm, heavy. So much so that Whis traps them inside a dimension within his staff. And suddenly, they can't even move. In episode 22, Vegeta remembers Whis' lesson, perfect ki containment, and the moment he applies it, he regains movement. Vegeta himself confirms it. This is divine energy. One of my favorite details in the entire franchise is that Dragon Ball Super, Broly actually remembers this concept. When Goku and Vegeta transform into their god forms, you can clearly see them pull their regular ki inward first, compressing it before divine energy erupts from within. This isn't just flashy animation, it's continuity. It's showing that God Ki isn't a new energy source. It's ki refined to its absolute peak. Now here's where people get confused. If God Ki is just regular ki that's condensed, how is it stronger than Super Saiyan 3? The answer is simple. Condensing power multiplies it. We've seen this concept since early Dragon Ball Z. Goku and Piccolo had power levels of around 400, but when they condensed their ki into attacks, their power jumped to over 900 and 1000. That's more than double, and that's with terrible ki control. Even Kaioken works on this same principle. Better ki control equals massive multipliers, up to 20 times. Now imagine this, instead of condensing ki into an attack, you condense all of it into your body, with zero leakage. That's God Ki. The best way to visualize it is with a black hole analogy. Regular ki is like a star, bright, loud, constantly giving off energy, easy to detect. God Ki is when that star collapses in on itself, becoming so dense that it no longer radiates outward. Space itself bends around it. That's why godly beings can't be sensed. The power isn't gone, it's just perfectly contained. And this is why God Ki isn't useless. A lot of fans think God Ki was wasted because it gets matched or surpassed quickly. But that mindset only exists because people assumed God Ki was meant to be unbeatable. Dragon Ball has never worked like that. One of the core themes of the franchise is continuous self-improvement. If God Ki was an instant win button forever, it would go against everything Dragon Ball stands for. That's why Goku loses Super Saiyan God, but keeps its power. It's showing us something important. You don't need divine energy to be strong, but divine energy lets you maximize your strength. Ki exists to break the limits of the physical body. Divine energy exists to optimize that amplification beyond what regular ki can do. Let's compare Super Saiyan 3 to Saiyan Beyond God. Super Saiyan 3 multiplies Goku's ki by 400 times. Any boost he can achieve in base gets magnified 400 times. That sounds insane, and it is. But when base Goku converts his ki into divine energy, the amplification he gains surpasses SSJ3 entirely, even without transformation stacking. That's why Saiyan Beyond God Goku can outperform SSJ3 with far less visible effort. So instead of asking why mortals can rival God Ki users, the real question should be, how are Goku and Vegeta surviving fights against monsters with vastly more raw ki than them? Think about their opponents. Mutants with broken potential, hybrids overflowing with unstable power, ancient wizards who steal energy, gods who steal bodies, immortals who cheat death itself. God Ki allows Goku and Vegeta to fight these beings without matching their raw energy output. Because divine energy is efficiency taken to the extreme. And here's something even more interesting. Anyone can possess God Ki. Toyotaru has been subtly hinting at this for a while, and the biggest example is Oob. Oob doesn't just have God Ki, he has an absurd amount of it. Enough to take Goku from base form straight into Ultra Instinct. Let that sink in. Divine energy isn't exclusive to gods or angels. It's about potential, refinement, and control. So no, God Ki isn't useless. It's just misunderstood. And with that said, it's time for shoutout time. My previous video blew up, and seriously, thank you all so much for the support. We're doing 3 shoutouts again today. First shoutout goes to Kumel, who said, "Love the game, but it coming back is a pipe dream. Hey, sometimes all we can do is cope, but Dragon Ball has surprised us before." Second shoutout goes to the Cool Bras, who said, "Beam clashes should let you activate Kaioken or transform." Bro, that idea is actually fire. I'd love that. And the final shoutout goes to Hollow No Face, who said, "It's a decent game, it just needs more content." Facts. That's exactly what I've been saying. So yeah, that's about it for today. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and help us push toward 10,000 subs. Happy New Year, take care. And until next time, see ya.